Hey everyone, my name is Angelo Sapien, and today we're going to be talking about why failure is truly the key to success. Now, the things we're going to get into today is failure's connection to success and why it's important. As well as we're going to dig into 3 successful people who idolize some of the most important pillars in people's lives, whether it be health, happiness, or even wealth. As well as I'm going to talk about my own personal experiences with how I have used failure to propel myself to success. Okay guys, the first thing we're gonna get into is actually the definition of failure. Now this definition actually says failure is the state or condition of not meeting a desirable objective. Now that's kind of true, and you need to understand this definition before you could ever truly get into understanding why failure is important to success. Another interesting definition I saw about failure is failure, literally it just said lack of success. And I was like, you're not wrong, but that is not the point of this video. Now you're gonna wanna understand why failure is truly important to success, because I think you even know this yourself. And as you're seeing this video, you're probably like, you know what? I understand that I have been put down, I have been beaten. There's so many things in my life that go wrong, and I constantly don't understand why nothing good is coming my way. And then finally, you reach a point in your life where you actually get something and you're like, yes, I finally got it. But I'm sure no one else but yourself can understand truly what you went through to get to that successful point in your life. Whether it be you finally got straight A's, or you're finally able to pay off something, or you're finally able to get that new thing you've always wanted, or you're finally feeling happy for the first time in a long time, or you're finally feeling at ease, or whatever it is. That point of finally hitting that successful point, you know yourself that it took so much pain or suffering or so much out of you in order to reach that point in your life. And that is exactly the point of this video. Being able to understand that in order to reach a state in your life where you feel like you have finally succeeded in something or you're successful in something, it takes, and you have to endure so much quote-unquote failure in order to reach that point in your life. Now, I personally am what I call a philanthropist. Let's get to know about each other, right? A philanthropist is defined as someone who promotes the welfare of others by raising and giving funds to good causes. I have dedicated my life to helping others. I have made it my personal mission because I know that I have been blessed in my life, and that's why I have dedicated my life to giving to others or people who I know are less fortunate than me. And I have worked with plenty of local charities and even bigger charities. I have worked with the Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation, the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and even the American Red Cross, and have raised funds since the age of 14 on behalf of them. And believe it or not, even when you're working with or something as wholesome as charity, you will be met with much criticism and failure along the way. It is just the way of life, no matter whether you feel you are successful when you've reached true happiness, or whether it be wealth, or whether it even be your own health and happy habits. You will truly understand when you feel that you are successful, that you have gone through much and much failure. And that is just a way of life, and you just have to endure it. Now, I'm gonna bring up a few examples now of people who we can truly idolize, and they show these 3 important pillars that a lot of people see as success in their lives. The first one we're gonna jump into is actually happiness. Someone I, in my own eyes, see as being like the epitome of happiness and inspiration is Jay Shetty. Jay Shetty is a motivational speaker, and you could even find him on Instagram. He's a really great guy, and if you see his videos or see him talk, he truly radiates why you should be happy and do things for yourself. He's such a great inspirational speaker. But of course, he could not get there without enduring much in his life. And that goes for all the people I'm going to bring up. And the next person I would bring up is actually Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he is what I find in the pillar of health and wellness. He truly, Arnold Schwarzenegger in of himself has tackled so many things in his life, whether it be through fitness or being an actor or even a politician. This guy is absolutely amazing. But we have to truly think, how did he get there? A lot of people tend to just look at someone's success and base them off of it. You have to truly understand, if you ever want to be someone like them who is successful in their areas, you need to understand that they have gone through so much failure, so many times where they themselves themselves thought that they didn't know that they could keep going. But what is different between most people who succeed and don't succeed is that they were the ones who knew that they needed to endure through this failure and keep going and keep pushing. And that is truly what Arnold Schwarzenegger was able to do and how he's been able to be successful in so many areas in life. The last person I want to talk about is Warren Buffett. Now, Warren Buffett is the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway and as well is the third richest man in the world. He is what we call the pillar in wealth. He has truly shown how you can be successful and go through life and be able to endure through all that failure. Now, something that we need to understand is that even all these people, Jay Shetty, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Warren Buffett, still endure quote-unquote failure in their lives up to their point. While they are successful and now that they're finally able to show that they are successful in their area, whether it be happiness, health, or wealth, they still endure those setbacks or things that we often go through. But what we need to understand is that these people and how they are able to be successful and continue to be successful is that they understand that failure is a part of life and you just have to keep going no matter how hard it gets. Now, going back onto the topic about me and my personal experience with failure, I started really getting into philanthropy my freshman year of high school. I already knew at a young age that I loved volunteering and I loved helping people. And as I went on into high school, I knew I wanted to take it to the next level. So my first charity event was actually at the age of 15. I actually started working on it at the age of 14 and it took me about 8 weeks to procure. Now, in those 8 weeks, I learned so many amazing things that a lot of people need to understand at a young age. And I'm so happy and grateful that I was able to learn these things at such a young age. There is going to be so many setbacks in your life. You're going to feel like you don't understand why you keep getting set back. There's going to be a lot of no's and you're not going to understand. Now, in those 8 weeks, I was able to learn that. My first charity event, it took 8 weeks to procure. In fact, the actual event was 3 days after my 15th birthday, and even on my 15th birthday I was going out and working on this event, and I was so happy to do it because frankly philanthropy is one of my passions in life and helping others. But something I did learn within these weeks is that you're gonna get a lot of no's even if it's for something really great. I worked on this event and I worked on it at this place called the Container Park here in Las Vegas. And this place has a bunch of little small businesses. Now I had to understand that I'm literally asking these businesses that are smaller, they're probably barely starting out, to literally give their hard-earned money to charity. Well, I mean, yes, it is charity. They did work really hard for that. And I needed to understand that they're not just gonna give it up easily. I had to give them a reason to do it. And in those weeks, I learned a lot about how to work with businesses and how to make it a win-win-win situation. I love personally doing that. A win-win-win situation is when it's a win for me, a win for you, and a win for society. And I made sure from that point on that I made all things a win-win-win situation. But again, it took a lot of hard work, a lot of time. It took me 8 weeks, and in the end, we raised just under $400 for the Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation. Now, while that may not seem like 8 weeks worth of work, to me, that was a huge deal. I had worked super hard, tirelessly, for hours on end to make sure that this event was successful. And I was beyond happy that I was able to raise any money on behalf of the Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation. Now, I've been interested in philanthropy since the age of 14, and that was just my first event. Since then, I have done just over 8 events and have raised over $36,000 on behalf of all the charities that I have worked with so far. And I am so happy to have been able to give that money to them. But let me tell you, raising that $36,000 over these past few years has been super difficult. You will face, no matter what it is, even if it's a really great cause or whatever you want to do in life, you will face a lot of criticism and you will face a lot of setbacks. I have had tireless nights, I have tried to work super hard, and even when I think that I'm gonna break through on something, sometimes I just break down. And it is a part of life. In life, if you ever want to do something and be successful in something, you just have to know that you are going to get setbacks and you just have to endure. That is the difference between most people who are successful and able to do the greatness that they do in their lives and people who are not able to achieve it. You have to know that failure is imminent, it's going to happen, but you just have to keep on going. And if you just keep on going, success will come your way. Failure is not always going to endure. The person who allows failure to take over in their life sadly will not get as far as the person who knows failure should not be the defining moment in my life. Failure are the stepping stones to what gets me to that successful point in my life. And that's what I have used in order to raise every dollar, every cent I have raised on behalf of these charities. Because truly, this is my passion in my life. I love raising money on behalf of charities. I love being able to help others and see how this affects their lives in a good way. And that's what I want you to be able to do as well. Whether you define success in being healthy, in being happy, or in being wealthy, whatever you find success in, you just need to make sure that you know that failure is going to happen and that you just need to endure. And if you do that and you keep on doing that, you will find success in your life. You will be happy and you will be successful in whatever you want to do. Now, the whole point of this video is to literally let you understand that failure is going to happen, that you are going to endure hardship. And depending on who you are, you might endure it worse than most people. But what you need to understand, and what most successful people have completely conquered, is that failure is going to happen, but success is the end goal. And if you keep going, it will come to you. You got this. Just keep on doing it and keep on going, and success will come your way. One thing all successful people in their fields, no matter what it is, have in common is that they know that failure is imminent. I truly believe that no matter how hard you work, it's just going to happen. No matter what good intentions you have, criticism or setbacks is going to come your way. And sadly, that is the world we live in, and you have to endure it. But don't worry, it will get better. It always does. You just have to keep going. Don't give up. No matter how hard it gets, just keep on going, and I promise you, success will come your way. I hope you guys got any value out of this video, and if you did, it would mean the world if you could like or subscribe. Thank you guys again so much, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.